Hello, Warriors fans. We got a lot to unpack today as we dive into some of the most intriguing developments surrounding Golden State. Jonathan Kuminga has been at the center of attention recently, with rumors swirling that his time with the team could be approaching a turning point. Despite agreeing to a new deal this past summer, Kuminga seems unsettled and is reportedly feeling like a scapegoat, which has reignited speculation about a potential trade when he becomes eligible in mid-January. The Warriors, however, are in a strong position here, as his value in the trade market remains significant. He is still considered one of the best trade assets in the league, a player that multiple teams are keeping a close eye on as the trade deadline approaches in February. With his combination of size, athleticism, and youth, Kuminga represents a unique opportunity for teams willing to take a chance. Over the past few weeks, various potential trade packages involving Kuminga have been discussed, from Trey Murphy III to Herb Jones and even Malik Monk. While some ideas, like pairing him with Anthony Davis, may feel more like wishful thinking, they still show the range of possibilities the Warriors could explore to reshape their roster. Beyond the high-profile names, there are several players who have not made the mainstream trade rumor headlines but could be intriguing targets for Golden State. Take Grayson Allen, for example. He has been performing impressively from beyond the arc, connecting on nearly 45% of his three-point attempts while averaging almost 9 attempts per game. Lineups that pair Allen with Stephen Curry and Moses Moody could be exceptionally dangerous, stretching defenses and opening lanes across the court. Allen's passing is also a strong point, contributing over 4 assists per game while maintaining fewer than 2 turnovers, making him a reliable offensive presence. The main concern with Allen, however, is his defensive performance. He lacks the size and defensive skill set to consistently guard elite perimeter players, which is why he might be included in a trade involving Kuminga. Teams like the STUNS, who were reportedly interested in Kuminga during the offseason, may re-engage when January arrives, especially if their standings start to slip and they feel the need to adjust minutes from older players to younger, more versatile talent. Another player to consider is Andrew Wiggins. His numbers since joining the Miami Heat have been mixed, with his on-court impact showing some noticeable declines according to advanced metrics. The Heat have performed better when Wiggins is off the court, which raises questions about his defensive effectiveness and his fit within their current scheme. Despite that, his scoring remains consistent, and a trade could offer Miami valuable financial flexibility for the next season, while giving Golden State a chance to integrate Kuminga more prominently. Then there's Ivica Zubac, who presents an interesting but more complicated scenario. While bringing him in could address defensive gaps, the Warriors would likely need to part with multiple first-round picks, and integrating a traditional big man who does not stretch the floor poses its own challenges in Golden State's system. However, Zubac's rebounding prowess and interior presence could be a rare asset, providing a defensive anchor that the team has not had since Andrew Bogut. Even if the Clippers are struggling, acquiring a player of Zubac's caliber could be part of a long-term strategy, especially with the potential value of first-round picks in the post-Curry era. Off the court, Kuminga's situation has also been a topic of discussion among his teammates. Jimmy Butler, who has experienced uncertainty regarding his own long-term role on teams like the Miami Heat, has been a source of support. Butler's guidance to Kuminga is both empathetic and encouraging, reminding him that the challenges he is facing are part of the business side of the NBA and that he is not alone in navigating these uncertainties. Butler has emphasized that while feelings of doubt are natural, it is important to stay focused and understand that the team is not against him. This type of mentorship and reassurance can play a critical role for a young player trying to find consistency and confidence in a high-pressure environment. On a related note, Golden State's acquisition of Al Horford this offseason has not quite yielded the impact many expected. After leaving the Boston Celtics, where he had spent several successful seasons, Horford joined the Warriors on a 2-year deal. While he was brought in to fill the starting center role and replace Kevin Looney, early performances suggest that age and the physical demands of the league are starting to show. His field goal and three-point percentages have dipped considerably compared to his numbers in Boston, raising questions about how effectively he can contribute in the Warriors system. Steve Kerr has been patient, giving Horford opportunities to adjust. But it is clear that incremental improvements will not be enough. The team will need to see more substantial contributions as the season progresses. These challenges, combined with a mixed start of 9 wins and 8 losses in the highly competitive Western Conference, underline the importance of strategic roster moves and player development for Golden State. The team is balancing a blend of seasoned veterans, rising stars, and players like Kuminga who are still finding their footing. Every decision regarding trades, rotations, and player development could have long-term implications for both the present and the post-Curry era. With trade talks simmering and player performances fluctuating, the Warriors' front office is undoubtedly keeping a close eye on opportunities to maximize their roster's potential. Whether it's exploring trades to bring in players like Allen, Wiggins, or even Zubac, or providing young players with the guidance and space they need to grow, the organization is in a delicate balancing act that will likely shape the team's trajectory for years to come. Golden State fans can expect a season full of storylines, from trade speculation to on-court chemistry and the evolution of its younger talents. Kuminga's development, in particular, remains central to the team's plans, as his growth could determine the Warriors' flexibility in making bold moves at the trade deadline. Meanwhile, the dynamics with veterans such as Horford and the support from leaders like Butler create a complex but potentially fruitful environment. Each matchup and every strategic decision could provide insight into how this roster will evolve, which players will emerge as cornerstone pieces, and how Golden State will navigate the challenges of a tough Western Conference while maintaining championship aspirations. There is plenty of intrigue surrounding how the Warriors will handle both the immediate season and long-term planning, as the mix of experience, youth, and tradable assets creates opportunities and pressures alike. As the season unfolds, the Warriors are facing not only internal questions about player roles, but also the relentless competition of the Western Conference. Teams are constantly evolving, and Golden State must adapt on multiple fronts, from on-court rotations to potential trade discussions. One of the ongoing storylines revolves around the integration of Jonathan Kuminga into the lineup. Despite flashes of brilliance, he has yet to consistently reach the ceiling many projected when he entered the league. With a 2-year contract secured, Kuminga's future is still flexible, but the whispers about a trade in January are not without reason. Warriors management must weigh whether moving him could address immediate roster needs, or if retaining him and giving him more developmental opportunities is the wiser long-term strategy. This balancing act is complicated further by the team's veteran players, such as Stephen Curry, who continues to anchor the offense with his unparalleled shooting and leadership. Pairing rising stars like Kuminga and Moses Moody with established stars is a delicate task. Lineups must maximize spacing and ball movement while compensating for defensive mismatches, a challenge that becomes even more significant given that some potential trade targets, like Grayson Allen, come with limitations on the defensive end. Allen, for example, is a sharpshooter capable of stretching the floor and creating spacing for Curry, but his inability to consistently guard elite perimeter players could make certain rotations vulnerable. Still, a lineup featuring Allen alongside Curry and Moody could become one of the league's most dangerous offensive combinations, forcing opponents to adjust their defensive schemes constantly. Beyond offensive potential, Golden State must also consider the broader impact of trades on team chemistry and long-term planning. Andrew Wiggins represents a case study in this. Though his offensive game remains solid, defensive metrics have indicated a decline in his effectiveness, and the Heat have shown improved performance when he is off the floor. Moving Wiggins could open up small forward minutes for a player like Kuminga, while also providing Miami with greater financial flexibility. Trades of this nature are never simple, as the Warriors must evaluate not just the immediate on-court impact, but also contract structures, future draft assets, and the fit within Kerr's system. Even moves that seem less likely, such as acquiring a player like Ivica Zubac, carry strategic implications. Zubac's defensive presence and rebounding ability could anchor the paint in a way the Warriors have not experienced since the days of Andrew Bogut. While acquiring him might come at the cost of multiple first-round picks, the value of such assets in the post-Curry era cannot be overstated. With the Clippers struggling this season, Zubac could become a trade candidate. And for Golden State, the question is whether his impact outweighs the investment required. Meanwhile, veteran leadership remains an essential component of the team's development environment. Jimmy Butler's role in mentoring Kuminga highlights the importance of psychological and emotional support for young players. Butler understands firsthand the challenges of navigating uncertainty about one's role on a team, and his guidance underscores the fact that success in the NBA depends not only on talent, but also on confidence and mental resilience. Kuminga's ability to handle these pressures with support from veterans could ultimately determine how effectively he contributes to the team and whether he becomes a cornerstone piece or a valuable trade asset. At the same time, the performance of older players like Al Horford serves as a reminder of the physical realities of the game. Horford was brought in to provide stability and experience at the center position, yet age and diminishing athleticism have affected his production. His field goal and three-point percentages have fallen, creating questions about whether he can maintain the level of performance needed in Golden State's fast-paced, spacing-oriented system. Steve Kerr's management of Horford has been cautious, allowing time for adjustment, but the team's ambitions require more than incremental improvements. How Horford adapts, or fails to adapt, will have implications for minutes distribution, rotation flexibility, and the Warriors' overall competitive balance. As the Warriors navigate this complex web of decisions, the interplay between player development, veteran support, and strategic trades becomes increasingly critical. Kuminga's trajectory, in particular, serves as a focal point for these considerations. Whether he remains in Golden State and grows into a primary option, or whether he is moved to address other roster needs, will shape not only this season, but potentially the team's path for the next several years. Fans watching the games may notice subtle adjustments in rotations, experimentation with different lineups, and strategic deployment of shooters and playmakers designed to maximize the team's strengths while covering weaknesses. These on-court decisions reflect broader strategic priorities, including the integration of youth talent, management of veteran contributions, and preparation for future transitions. The Warriors' front office is tasked with balancing all of these factors, ensuring that decisions made today do not compromise future flexibility while still pursuing immediate success in a fiercely competitive Western Conference. As trade talks simmer, the team's culture and internal dynamics also come into focus. Kuminga's interaction with Butler, Horford's adjustment period, and the performance of role players like Moses Moody and Andrew Wiggins all contribute to the locker room atmosphere, which in turn affects on-court performance. The Warriors are navigating a season that combines high expectations with evolving realities, where each game, practice, and decision carries implications beyond the immediate box score. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. The basketball world is buzzing with what might be the offseason's most shocking move. Domantas Sabonis, one of the NBA's premier big men, is reportedly signing a 3-year deal with the Golden State Warriors. Sources close to the situation suggest that talks have been underway for weeks, but few expected the Lithuanian star to join the Bay Area powerhouse. If confirmed, this could send seismic ripples through the league, reshaping championship dynamics and forcing rival front offices into a frenzy of recalculation. Sabonis, known for his exceptional combination of size, skill, and basketball IQ, has been a consistent double-double machine and an all-star presence. His ability to stretch the floor with shooting, dominate the boards, and facilitate from the post makes him a unique piece in today's fast-paced, perimeter-oriented NBA. For the Warriors, whose system thrives on ball movement, spacing, and versatile bigs, Sabonis could represent the perfect marriage of talent and scheme. Analysts are already speculating how he might complement the likes of Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, potentially creating a front court that balances scoring, playmaking, and defensive versatility in unprecedented ways. Yet, the move also raises questions. Can Sabonis adapt to a team that thrives on pace and perimeter shooting after years as a primary option elsewhere? Will Golden State's established core adjust to a new centerpiece in the front court? Rumors suggest that the Warriors see him as more than just a supporting actor. They envision him as a transformational presence, someone who can change how opponents defend the reigning champions. League insiders hint that the signing might also influence free agency trends, with other stars reconsidering their options based on Golden State's newfound depth and versatility. Fans across the country are divided, some ecstatic at the prospect of a dominant new frontcourt pairing, others skeptical about chemistry and fit. Social media has exploded with speculation, mock lineups, and early predictions, turning Sabonis' rumored decision into a full-blown conversation that goes far beyond the Bay Area. One thing is certain. If this rumor holds any truth, the NBA is about to enter a very different landscape, and Golden State could once again be at the epicenter of championship intrigue. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.